had that idea. And he came to us at one of our meetings, and God, and it's been about a year ago now, close to it, and told us what he had in mind to honor our veterans. And with that, fellow Vietnam veteran, Silver Star recipient, and I could go on, but you'll be mad at me because he's here like we all are for our veterans. So with that, I'd like to introduce Lieutenant John Bauer.
My wife and I travel across the country every year. We've been doing that for a long time. We spent a couple of months in California. We're always going by these little towns, and you can always tell where there's a VFW post because there's always a tank out there, an artillery piece, sometimes an airplane. Also, there are lots of murals identifying the VFW posts. Last year at this time, my wife and I, the colonel, we were working on the flags over there in the sandbags, and I looked up and I said, that's it. I said, I'm going to push for a mural. We can do that. We have that big wall up there. It's completely blank. I'll talk to Malcolm. He says, go for it. So that's where it all happened. Went before the board a couple of times, and the membership approved, a little bit grudgingly at first. I remember someone saying when I first came up with the idea and floated it to the membership, someone said, well, I hate to rain on your parade, but. So there were some doubts, but you know, we had a real big umbrella, and the umbrella was shared by a lot of people here who came together and made it all work. So I'm so grateful that this was delivered after a year's time. Right now, I'd like to pass a little baton on to the next generation. My grandson, Evan Bauer, wrote this essay, 11 years old, and got it? Okay. And he's going to read his essay as we have, it fits in with the first grade, I think, the artwork, yes. And so here's my grandson, Evan Bauer.
So we had this school project where we had to write an essay of what Veterans Day means to us. And as usual, I got pretty carried away and decided to write this entire page of what Veterans Day means to me. So here it is. POWs, MIAs, veterans. These are the people who went missing in the middle of their valiant service of the United States and our allies. These are the people who got captured by enemy forces. These are the people who have served not to a person. These people don't volunteer for a king or a general. They fight for an idea. The idea that all peoples are created equal. The idea that no person should be oppressed because they are different than the oppressor. These are the men and women who have given their lives in valiant service of the U.S. The Air Force pilots who risk their lives to protect the air, the Navy sailors who risk their lives to protect the seas, the infantrymen who risk their lives to protect our soil, the nurses and doctors who heal our sick and wounded, and the Coast Guard to protect our shores, and the Marines to protect everything in between. Veterans Day means to me what it means to most everybody else, to thank the ones who have served and protected. So, let's raise an invisible glass to the silent professionals, to the ones who are always faithful, to the country it will defend, to aiming high, flying, fighting, and winning. To those who are forged by the sea, to those who are always prepared, to our Army Nursing Corps, who embrace the past, engage the present, and envision the future. To your service I give my undying thanks. Thank you.
One of my favorite military terms, outstanding. As John said, from his idea We started looking at options, and we thought the best thing to do was form a committee. We knew we wanted to do this, we just wanted to make sure we had the right product. First, we were talking about veterans of foreign wars, veterans of foreign wars, veterans of foreign wars. We know we're veterans of